Camper, Petterd, geez, there's some golf and experience there. One bloke in his first season, the other one nearly on 250. Here's Neitz, very deep at half forward.
65 metres from goal. Oh, that's an intelligent kick, just lobbing it to Godfrey, who's marked about 35 metres out. It needed to be centimetre perfect. It was.
Well, he's not the best kick in the Melbourne side, is Simon Godfrey, but he's tough and he's hard. He'll go back, he'll have a shot. He's being picked up.
Last two times we've seen the Demons play, he's fallen down inexplicably behind the play. Hoping history doesn't repeat itself tonight, especially now as he comes in, kicks, and kicks well.
I was about to say that there was no emotion in the Melbourne outfit for the first 5 or so minutes, but they got the ball inside. There was nothing special about it. There's Godfrey down the bottom, and David Neitz got the kick on quickly, and that's a very good thing if you want to get the ball inside to a pretty open 50. And at the moment, it's a pretty free-flowing game of football.
Over to Johnstone, runs, Johnson kicks with the left, and it was a waste.
They look sharp nevertheless. This is McDonald down to half forward. Well, can he match his brother? Goes in short instead, does Davey. Dropped down there by Bruce. Goes with the outside of the boot. That's a wonderful goal. How clever was that?
There's a couple of reasons why that goal, a wonderful finish, as you said, Dennis, from Cameron Bruce on the outside, the old banana. But it was the chase of Newton that was so impressive. He ran about 90 metres. Davey hit. Another smart bit of play, just going inside 50, spotting up the free player. And good play there by Cameron Bruce to slot it through. A much needed one for the Demons. Back within touch.
On a long lead.
Just did that to try and get himself back on his left foot. Didn't quite work. Taken by Jones, missed the target, and McLean is sent into space. Now something good can happen for Melbourne. This is Petterd, runs inside the 50, the young man, lines up, off target, Newton goes back, and he's going to get a free kick. Fletcher will not be impressed.
On the lawn here. Just here.
So Newton runs around and just pops it across the goal face to Davey, and Davey, I think, has kicked the goal. He has.
But there's a little bit of pressure there. The ball came across, and the free kick was given away when the ball came back in by the Demons against Fletcher. Here's Newton, the first game up. Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm not going to say.
You didn't like it?
No.
That's been a kick all year, hasn't it?
That is rubbish. It had already gone through for a point.
Oh, well, in that case.
Johnstone, he runs into him. Petterd and also Davey and Fletcher. Davey was very good there. He cut it off. Handball by McVeigh. Didn't go far. Chance for Sylvia around the body. Melbourne coming.
What they've got now, the Demons, have been able to bolster their numbers down back, but also get the loose through the middle of the ground. And Jeff White, I think he may have been given a rev at quarter time off the Reverend and said Laycock's had too much of an influence over the first quarter. Get your act together and start giving us something. And he's had a couple of good impactful possessions so far. And the D's just look like they've gone up a notch. 100% as yet.
Well played, McPhee. Jason Johnson only as far as Brown. Hurriedly it floats inside the forward 50, getting back Petterd, and he should score from here. 40 metres out directly in front, and things have swung Melbourne's way in the last 10 minutes. They're playing the best football they've played tonight.
Whilst the season hasn't been very good for the Melbourne Footy Club, there have been some highlights, and I think this kid is one of those. Ricky Petterd, he's come in and he's done exactly what Neale has asked, and hopefully he can slot one through for the Demons here.
Neale would be asking for a goal right here.
Oh.
And the young man delivers again. Exactly what the coach wanted.
Not a pretty kick there. We're just seeing Brock McLean come off and his opponent, Petterd. But the Demons, just pressure. Once again, numbers around the footy. A little bit lucky, but they got numbers where they didn't have numbers in the first quarter. And that is off the shin. But when they go through, just have a look at his ball drop. Oh, he's nearly kicked it end over end.
And suddenly Essendon sort of need one to just steady the ship. Stanton had it ripped away from Sylvia. Jones, Melbourne starting to win the clearances consistently. Nash tries to run McDonald down. McDonald's second effort good. Sylvia, Neitz, they've really gone up a notch, haven't they, the D's? Good smother Slattery and also Michael back to Bate. Bate inboard, McDonald, Johnstone, who's had a fair bit of the footy, Johnstone. He's been one of the prime leaders in this resurgence. It goes to Ward, and then Ward goes to full forward. Robbo, goal! Is it? It is a goal.
Can't hold him, no. You're grabbing him, Jono. Got to pay those.
The engine room here. The Demons out of the centre. They're starting to get their hands on the footy. And Jeff White has been responsible. Paul Johnson now into the middle, but it's the little men at ground level. Daniel Ward's got his hands on the footy too. This is a smart kick. He just got it in long, and really good play by Russell Robertson to protect the space for the ball. And he won himself a free kick if it hadn't have gone through.
13 points. Now Welsh to their two key forwards so far, and again here. They're not getting it to Lucas and Lloyd just for the moment. Johnson gave it to Ward, to Johnston. Travis Johnston runs to 40, and they've got 5 straight.
No doubt there's a correlation. Laycock off the ground, Paddy Ryder into the ruck, and that is where the drive has come. But also their pressure. When the ball is hitting the ground now, they've got a man-on-man situation. So there's no easy kick out now for the Bummers. Gee, when Travis Johnston's got space like that, you know he's going to gobble them up every time.
Quarter time, he must
Take an attempt.
Cameron James heard.
Stanton, short one, not 15. Neitz steals it anyway, intended for Watson. Vacant square, how will this bounce? Needs a bit of left to right. Oh, I think he got it. He did.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at this. Just a poor execution, just too soft, the kick. And Neitz gave it everything on the left boot. Where's the bounce, Dennis? Well,
straight, wasn't it?
Oh, luck's a fortune.
Somehow they went from no luck, because it wasn't 15, to home you go.
The swing was Wheatley. Now McDonald over the top. Bruce gets away from Johnson, still inside the centre square, thumps it down towards full forward. Fletcher again able to punch away. Quick hands from Sylvia. Neitz across the body. What a comeback by Melbourne.
Great play there. That is great hands. And another goal to the skipper. And you thought one was important for him, Bruce, but 2 goals is certainly important. Looks a little bit ginger too at the moment, David Neitz.
Both on his left foot tonight.
Yeah, he just looks a little bit proppy on the right, and just good hands there.
That's the biggest margin Neale Daniher's ever come back from in his 10 years. 30.
Ward's it shy of the wing. Sylvia up, gets his own crumb and runs away. One bounce as he goes beyond the wing. Nash in pursuit. Sylvia inside the forward 50. Up in front was Robertson. Soccer's off the ground. Robertson, only he could do it. That's our man.
Well, that's exactly what we spoke about, Dennis. A spark. And Russell Robertson is one of those players, and very few of them in the competition can do this. Create something from nothing, and that's exactly what happened. Johnson's been very good on him all night, but Davey there just put the block on, just had a whack at it. And that's what Robbo is. He just has a go, and beautiful play there.
Well, Robbo and Neitz have got their goals unorthodox way tonight.
Play down there by but the crumb eventually finishes with Neitz. Not his best effort. Bounces just outside the 50, then inside. Davey goes to the square. Robbo turns around. Robertson gets his second in the space of 3 minutes.
Getting the ball inside now, and to Johnson. Neale Daniher enjoying that, enjoying it a lot, but getting it in. And we spoke about Russell Robertson just at the start of the third term. He's such an impact player, and he can do it in bursts. Johnson is always going to find it hard to hold Russell Robertson quiet for 4 quarters of footy.
Well, you talked about the spark. He's involved big time, isn't he? And Davey's a real problem now. And look at the Reverend. Well, he's enjoying it, and Mark Riley having a chuckle.
Ward runs through the middle, got it from White and kicks it into the path of Godfrey. Can he make amends here? Runs onto the loose ball, gives it to Sylvia, and Sylvia puts Melbourne in front.
Well, great play by the Demons, just a wonderful transfer, and this is where they're starting to hurt the Bombers. They look like they've got plenty of run in the legs. Came through here, Ward been getting his hands on it, got it over the top, and Godfrey, he'll run all day. He's got the best engine in the Melbourne side, and unselfish again. The Demons, they've shared it well inside attacking 50, and another good finish there by Colin, Sylvia.
Demons in front. Sylvia ran away from Stanton, who looked to be in trouble, Ricky, then.
Yeah, I've been watching Brett Stanton the whole game.
A real up and under. White to Jones. Jones, Ward, he's gone. Well, he should be gone. He threw it away, and Green gets a wobbly one.
It bounces right on the line of the 50. Storming up was Davey. The Bate wants his left side. That really hurt him initially, but then he made the best of a terrible situation and got it onto the chest of Newton.
He's been good, Newton, too, since coming on. That's a wonderful kick there by Bate. He probably more out of that he had to rather than not having a shot on goal, but that's a really good spot up. And Fletcher will give you always front position. He likes to play from behind. That kick will catch him out.
That said something about the poise of Bate, because he wanted to shoot with his left foot. There was a man coming across him from that side. His right foot he didn't trust to go for goal. And out of the corner of his eye, he saw Newton, and Newton comes in and pops it through.
First goal in AFL footy, the boy from Morley. He looks like a likely type too. He's got a good set of hands. We haven't really seen that yet, but he kicks the ball well. Last year he played mostly VFL reserves games, kicked 50-odd goals. Can kick them, likes them in front. Just have a look at this action. That's a beautiful drop. For your first shot on goal, that is confidence. Wonderful kick.
So the clearances, look at Melbourne since quarter time. It was all Essendon.
And 9 times inside 50 to the Demons in.
Well done. Back to Fletcher, claimed. Now McLean gets through, kicks towards half forward. The mark is taken by Petterd, who was going, but now it should be 50. Hair-trigger decision. And very few people think as quickly as James Hird. He's a victim of his own innate ability to read the game.
Second one for the night for James Hird. Gave away a 50 in the second quarter, as we see Green coming off. Yep, didn't have and he knew straight away he wasn't involved in the marking contest.
But you saw what Petterd wanted to do, and that was give it off to Godfrey, who was away on his natural kicking side. But Petterd, aided by the 50, comes in. It's a long way right. Goal umpire goes a long way, but it's good. And Melbourne extend their lead.
Was courageous, love it. Ward was outstanding then. Got it to Davey, off Davey's brother. Fletcher got that hand in, as Mr. Gadget often does. Brown through the centre. Davey on the burst. Goes to full forward. Robbo! You could see it coming.
Russell Robertson's eyes lit up then. Aaron Davey, he knew. Some ripping pieces of play in the centre of the ground there. One by Ward, then by Fletcher. Didn't pay off, however. and Davey just put it out in front. McPhee just didn't make contact.
So Robbo for a third goal in the third quarter.
There's very few players that can spark a team like Russell Robertson. Very few players. But Aaron Davey, for that matter, was outstanding in that passage of play. The run may be a factor here for the Bombers. The D's just seem to be coming. And if they get the next one, the Bombers may be in serious trouble.
A little Russell mania. And there he is, 3 goals in the term. He's had a wonderful record against the Bombers. He started the night 26 goals in 11 games against Essendon.
Goal was a beauty.
5 metres out. Not a bad looking effort. Falls a couple of metres short. Robertson the big leap. Timely fist knocked it away. Brown deep in the pocket. Clock is down to 1.5 minutes. And Bate in perfect position for a left footer.
Well, Neale Daniher would be just delighted with the effort since quarter time. It looked terrible in the first quarter, but the Demons have responded. And also Essendon have dropped off a hell of a lot. Their work rate is almost not there compared to what it was. This will really hurt the Bombers.
Here's Bate. There's the angle. Perfect to watch this kick. And I think it's okay. The Bombers are on their knees.
Well, the forward line for the Demons in the third term has just really stood up. Robertson 7 touches, Bate 6 and Davey 6. They kept the ball alive. They've been able to do that just about all night. They refused to let the ball go through from behind or over the boundary line. And they've had a lot of options inside attacking 50. The season's for the Bombers now is on the line.
Within 1 point of their highest score for the year, Melbourne. That was against the Bulldogs. It's fit.
Got him at the moment, and everywhere they've tried to hide him, the actual ball is going to.
And here's Brown running off him.
Yep.
And going to centre half forward, to full forward, in fact. And Neitz marks on his chest.
Well, it's almost time for... I'm not sure if they've got anyone else to bring on. The Bombers, Ryder, Johnson, Winderlick are all on the bench. Jeff White coming off for a rest. A lot of tired legs out there at the moment.
Gee, Winderlick's pace, you reckon, would be handy, wouldn't you? He has had a pretty average night. Neitz for a third goal. And the captain, in the coach's last game, gives them a bigger lead.
That'll mean a lot for David Neitz. He wasn't happy with how the week unfolded. Wasn't happy with a lot of things that happened. He's a very proud individual, is David Neitz. Ricky Petterd coming off and Paul Wheatley back on. Ryder but Stanton, that was the reason. Stanton could not go near Nathan Brown, and we've seen how slow Nathan Brown has been at times tonight. Really good matchup by Neale Daniher to get him on top.
Big lead now, 14 points.
Out there, he's the skipper. Side.
Behind the pack, it's Peverell taken down. Davey cuts a swathe, he's through. Open goal beckons. It is a fairy tale ending to Neale Daniher's coaching career.
No surprise, the players that have stood up tonight are regarded in the Melbourne's best. Robertson, Davey, that's just great play. Good pressure again. Get through the traffic there. Fresh legs, goal. And that is honouring Neale Daniher. Well, if they'd have done this last week, Neale still may be coaching. I know it's hard, but it's true.